All right. Welcome
Record.
to welcome to another episode of Connect and Politic. We're here with a special guest. Please introduce yourself by telling us your name, where you're currently located, and your favorite snack.
My name's Christopher Sears. I'm located in Woodstock, New York, and my favorite snack is peanut butter and banana smoothies.
And I take it those are homemade.
They're totally homemade. But there is a place where I used to live in Harlem that made them incredible, and they inspired me. They kind of helped my recipe a little bit. But yeah.
What are you using a special type of peanut butter when you make this?
Honestly, peanut butter doesn't matter too much. What matters is you have to freeze the bananas. If you freeze the bananas, the consistency is, and if the bananas are really like icy, then it's like a milkshake. I mean, it's amazing. It's really good.
Nice. Do you remember your favorite food as a child?
Lasagna. Lasagna is still probably my favorite food in certain ways. And bananas. I ate a lot of bananas as a child too. I've been going with bananas for a long time.
Yeah. With the lasagnas, is it homemade or?
Yeah, mom makes it. Mom makes it really well. Yeah. And then I started going gluten-free, and she made eggplant parmesan, and it's kind of like the same idea, and that's also incredible.
Yeah. Is that your favorite meal as an adult?
Sure. Eggplant parmesan right now? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. That's been one I've been really excited about. I always love tacos. Never mad at tacos. I really like tacos.
Okay. When was the last time you had either tacos or eggplant parmesan?
We made eggplant parmesan like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's been a little while, I guess. You say it like that. It's been a little while since it's good food.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your fondest memory from childhood?
Oh, wow. I guess the first thing that came to my mind was playing tag with my dad. Yeah, and he was running after me, and he was really fast, and I was like, wow, I didn't know you were so fast. You don't see your dad run. I didn't see I don't know, maybe people see their dads run a lot. I didn't see him run that much. Yeah. And I remember I thought I had a really good head start, and I was like, oh man, he's got some serious legs. And he's gonna get me.
Around what age was this?
That was the one that came to me, and I think I was like 8, maybe. Okay. Yeah, not that old.
Do you miss? Is there anything you miss about being a child?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, duh. Yeah. Yeah. I miss a lot of things. I think I miss playing. I would just stay with that. I miss playing tag. I miss playing tag so much. And like playing games with people, as that's what you meet up with people, and it's taken me so long to figure out how to talk to people, because that's what we do when we're older, is we talk to people. Yeah. And that's fine. Talking's fine. I think I've gotten better at it, but I really loved when the standard was getting together and playing. You would play something. You would play pretend. You would play tag. You would play a game with the ball. You would play hide and seek. Hide and seek tag was really good. Did you have a tag game that was your childhood tag game?
I mean, hide and seek. Yeah, I mean, hide and seek. What I was gonna ask you though was, I mean, since you missed this so much, are you involved in any kind of I mean, when you say tag, I think of flag football, for instance.
Yeah. I'm not in a league, no. Okay. But I do play. I play touch football with my friends a lot, when it was safe to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How do you think your childhood helped groom you into the person you are today?
My childhood was very fluid. My parents ran a theater company, so we were always moving around to different theaters and like setting up shows and helping set up shows and being in shows and watching shows. And um, I don't I don't feel like I ever grew up with like an idea of what this is what life looks like.
Mm.
Life is always changing. So that's what life looked like. So I feel like um, that shaped a lot of who I am. Is I don't I feel like I'm very flexible in certain ways, and then in other ways I feel like I have a hard time like uh, being grounded. You know, being like you said uh, I don't know, figuring out what my thing, my routine, my day to day is. That's always been hard for me. And whenever things are like really kind of chaotic and going around, there's something about that I kind of go, oh, I'm okay with this. This is okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you dance with chaos well.
I think so. Yeah, I think I do. I think I
Okay.
do. Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you think? So you said you grew up with your mom and your dad, and it was they had a theater company. What are some of the most important lessons you learned from them?
Care is the first thing that comes to mind. I would always be like, I don't care. My mom would be like, care. And that 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 feels good. That feels true. Um, um, and I guess with that comes like it goes. It goes when you make it go. So
Mm.
there's all this stuff like, especially with like children's theater, especially with like you know all theater really, and like camp, and like we were always like we were teaching kids a lot in summer. You have nothing. You like there's no reason like this can be like stupid. This can be cool. This can be like not uncool. This could be like not working. And then the only thing that makes it go is you go. Uh, I believe. I'm gonna believe. I can make it. I can make it. I can. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so I feel like that's what they taught me is how to blow wind into things. You know, blow life into things and make it and make it work. Yeah.
That's from you say from both of them, or would you attribute that more to?
I guess that's more to mom if I'm being honest. Yeah,
Okay.
that's more mom.
And then from what would be from dad?
Um, I think dad. I think dad. Um, Dad has like a real like keep going vibe. Dad has like a real like silent like support. Um, I felt like my dad's given me a lot of uh like like yeah, keep going. That's good. Keep going. That's good. That's harder. That's like harder. Mom's like mom. My mom's really loud. My dad's quiet. So like you say like what advice to your parents going on? I'm like, and hear like 40 things my mom said, and then my dad. I'm like my dad. My dad.
Not even advice, more so like lessons that you learn, from them. And I mean, it sounded like what you said about your dad is like he provided that, like you always know that he's supporting you, even if he's not verbally stating it. He's always providing that support structure and support system. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I would say my dad has always been really supportive and really kind of open and excited about uh, what things can be,
Yeah.
um, and very present, very like one of those people that when you like look him in the eye, you can very quickly get into that place where like you're kind of scared, because we're like looking at each other's eyes, whereas like you know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We're like, oh, maybe I look too hard or something, um, but yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned care, from your mom. Like you say, I don't care. She says, no, you have to care. Uh, what are your favorite things to do for self care?
Oh, this has been a big lesson because I'm not very good at self care. So I've been like this has been a real moment to understand that.
Uh,
Um, um, self care. I like to breathe a lot. Um, I've done I guess stretching is good. Self care, self care. Um, like activities. You mean like activities?
Anything. It could be any. I mean, anything you view as this helps me. This fills the cup. This relaxes me. This nourishes me. Any of those things. And it could be, I mean, I don't know. From what it sounds like, it sounds like you know, you're figuring that out now. In this
I
moment.
think I am figuring it out. I would say that my cup's kind of empty.
So this is a good time to figure some of these things
I
out.
don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to fill my cup. I mean, no, I have a lot of good conversations with friends. I love talking to people. Talking to people fills my cup. I think the hardest thing about this time is you say self care, and I immediately go, I go to my head and I go, how's meditating been going? Well, I didn't do it very well today. Or I've been free writing and that's good. And I've been working on a lot of solo activities to kind of like keep myself, uh, uh, you know, in myself and not like, I left. But I love talking to people. I think if I was caring for people, if I was caring for myself, it's also, it's talking to people and hearing about them and figuring things out with them. I love figuring things out with people.
Mm,
You know, that always makes me feel really good.
nice, nice.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
What do you do in your professional life, and is it any different than what you dream about doing as a kid?
Um, I do well. I'm an actor and a musician and a painter. Um, and I think the big difference is that as a kid, I really wanted to be an athlete.
An
Um,
athlete?
yeah, yeah. And then like you just realize that that's like that's a whole thing. You know what I mean? But I loved I loved playing. I don't know. So I still feel like performance is playing. I mean, and I always did that as a kid too. But even like even with sports and stuff, like I always felt like I was playing, and I feel like I'm still playing.
Yeah.
Um, and pretending and imagining and living through, like like living through things. Um, yeah, I think the biggest difference is like I think my favorite thing to do when I was a kid was go out and play like touch football with my friends like
Yeah.
all day. And I don't do that professionally,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Um, and is that why you were surprised that your dad was so fast? Because you thought you were fast?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I also just don't see my dad doesn't run a lot. So like I think that the big thing was that I mean like yeah, I was fast. I do run. I'm always been into like playing really hard. And then here comes this guy who I most of the time I see like kind of like biding his time and like doing like easy things, and he can bolt. He was like, wow, I was really impressed. And I was scared because he was coming at me and he was gonna get me. Um, yeah,
Oh, man. That's funny.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
can you think of any advice you would give your younger self?
Oh, that's a great question. And it's like I like hearing that question. I think I would say things. I think I would just encourage my younger self, because I think my younger self uh, had a lot of fear and a lot of doubt and was scared to be itself in certain ways. And I would just say, no, you're figuring it out in your own way. You're doing it. You're learning. It's working. Because I felt like I learned things, or I wanted to do things a little unconventionally, and I think that felt funny, you know. So I didn't always feel right, and I would just be like, no, this is what it should feel like. This is good. This is all good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think I have a lot more of a tolerance now to be like in a place where I'm like, I don't know what it's supposed to feel like,
Mm.
and that's okay, you know. And my younger self was like, oh, you know, why isn't it lining, you know? And they're about to be like, it's good. It's in the middle of somewhere. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you say is the best advice you receive about money?
About money.
Yeah.
um. Oh, I don't know. The best advice I've received about money. Oh gosh. I don't know if people give me a lot of advice about money. I
You
don't
said people don't give you advice about money?
No, I don't. I think they're like, well, he's not going to take it anyway. I don't know. I mean, I don't think people go like, you know what you should do. I mean, people say you should. I mean, you should save.
Yeah.
Um. You know, I heard something recently that I would say to that, where I asked, my friend bought me dinner, and I was like, how much do you want? How much do I owe you? And he goes, you're not a Venmo friend. And I like that,
That's
because I
good.
was like, yeah, I will pay for you another time, and we get each other, and you trust that.
Yeah.
I like not being a Venmo friend. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Where do you feel most at home and happy?
Performing for people.
Yeah.
I think being on, even in like social situations, like being in games, and like I feel really happy right now. You know, I was like, oh boy, an interview. Okay, I don't know what, you know what I mean. And actually, I feel pretty light, and I'm enjoying this a lot. You know, it's these kind of engagements. I like talking with people and performing, and yeah, I would say I'm most happy when I'm performing, because I feel like that's when it's really playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has been the toughest thing you've had to tackle, and will help you get through it?
Uh, that's a good one too. Good question. I'd say that the hardest thing I've had to tackle was uh, growing up, and the idea I had around it, of what it meant,
Mhm.
and uh, it really terrified me. And what helped is like literally everything helped. I feel like tons of people helped. Writing helped. Making art about it, that was a huge thing. That I think that helped the most. Making art about it. I made art about it, and that was that. I don't even think of it as making art. It was like making. That was like the art was how to move through it.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. Um, and then also, uh, yeah, people help. People help a lot. People
Yeah.
have helped in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah. What would you say are the qualities or character traits that you admire most in other people?
Um, I love people's ability to choose, you know? Um, I feel like I know a lot of people who are like, yeah, I like this and I don't like that. And I like this and I don't like that.
Mm,
And just like choose things and be like, yeah, I choose you. Or I always, uh, that's something that always been hard for me. And I'm always like interested when people just know what they want to do.
mm,
Um, and I think I'm getting a little better at it. Um, I also like when people can just like look at you and go like, but what do you really mean? You know?
mm,
And I feel like with certain people, it's very hard to dance around the truth because they're direct, not in an intimidating way, in a way that like they honestly want to know.
mm.
And so there's this kind of my mom did it to me recently that was really cool where I was talking to her and she was like, just say what you mean right now. You know what I mean? And she did it in this way that wasn't affronting. I was just like, because I was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Blah, 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 you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was really, and I have some other people in my life who've been able to do that with me, and I've seen them do it with other people. And I think it's a really cool kind of just to say, I guess, to say what you mean. Let's
Yeah.
go with to say what you mean. Final answer.
Nice, nice. What
Yeah.
are so the the contrast to that is what are the rare flags that you try to stay away from?
Uh, uh, I would say the biggest red flag is choices that people make based on norms. When I feel like people are making decisions or judgments or identities off of an idea they think is right as opposed to what they actually feel is right,
Mm,
that more than that, that's a red flag to me because I'm just like, why are we playing into an idea? Like, it feels like you're asking someone else to translate or something like that. It's like we're here. It's kind of like the opposite of what I was saying. It's like when I really love when people can go like, this is where I'm at and this is where you're at, or this is where maybe it doesn't even matter where you're at, but there's kind of like here's the truth, and the truth is actually a lot harder to understand and harder to define and harder to um, uh, see on its own because it's usually kind of unique,
mm,
you know whereas like sometimes language that appeals to a larger idea is general and like and there's something about it that makes me go, come on, you know
got it.
yeah, got
Uh,
it.
for a fun question,
Okay, go.
if you won the lottery tomorrow, what will you do?
um I think I would take my family on a trip. That's the first thing I would do, and maybe bring as many people as I could probably on a trip. Um, and maybe make the trip long. I think I would just want to give people I love a chance to uh, relax and not worry.
Is this a international trip or is this a special place that you have in mind?
It's funny because you say these things and then like your man goes, and I would go to Italy. Yeah, I would go to Italy.
Nice. Any specific part of Italy or just
Um, I was well. I would go to Rome. I don't know where everybody else would want to go. I like Rome a lot. But everyone probably would want to be somewhere a little bit more low key, like out of the way a little bit.
yeah?
Um, but I've always really I've been there 3 times because my friend was studying there for
Uh,
like a year, so I visited him twice, and then uh, I went when I was studying in school, and each time I went there, I was like, I just felt myself really feel okay. Something about like the air and the culture and the people where it's just like really okay.
Yeah. You can see yourself living there?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to like learn Italian and figure out how to work in certain ways. But if I didn't have to work and I didn't have to speak, I could live there tomorrow. Because I just like being around, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way people people move together like really naturally there. Like
Yeah.
they're like you go and you like sit at a cafe and then like people kind of come. And I guess this is true in a lot of places. It's not just Italy, but where I've observed it, it was in Italy, and but people kind of come and then they kind of go and then they kind of come and it's real like I think I'm just reverent of like older cultures because they've really like they've let the way they want to be in life inspire the kind of structures that guide them, as opposed to trying to create these structures based on ideas, even though they were like, I'm really tired,
Yeah.
or like I'm stressed, or
Yeah. No, that's a great way of putting it, actually. Um, yeah, I think it's true in most cultures, and especially the older ones, because they've had that time to kind of parse through, everything. Like they've created
yeah,
the society. So yeah.
they know
Um,
what's going on.
yeah. All right. Is there anyone that you would like to thank or express your appreciation for that you haven't had the chance to yet?
I haven't had the chance to.
Yeah.
I mean, I would thank my parents. I think my parents know I'm grateful for them, but I would thank my parents.
Yeah.
Um, because I think they're, strange but very brave people for trying to live in a way that they believe, and that gave me permission to live in a way that I believe. And it's hard, but it's hard right now, but it's ultimately very good.
Yeah.
So I would thank them again.
Nice. Nice. Parents. Um, that's the number one answer. Is usually parents. um,
They do a lot,
yeah. 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 They do everything. For our
They
final,
do everything.
everything. Everything. They are our first superheroes. Um,
Yeah.
for our final question, how do
Or our
you
final question.
define success?
How do I define?
Success.
How do I define success? I think success is oh, it's complicated in my head right now. I think success is um, being released as a person. I don't know if that makes sense. There's something about um, going through life and the things that are hard constrict you.
Mhm.
And if you are able to, I think, take them in and release them, I think that's successful. That's not super clear. I know that's not super clear, but I guess that like I feel like the world can I feel like the world can bend you a lot, and I think I think success is maintaining your ability to tell the truth. I'm gonna go with that. I think success is maintaining your ability to tell the truth, and I think like this is who I am truth,
Yeah.
and I think that gets compromised and that gets lost and that becomes irrelevant. And I think for me, when those things happen, I don't feel successful. I feel successful when I feel like I'm able to tell the truth.
Nice, nice. Perfect way to end. Well, we
Way to
connected,
end.
we politic, and I want to thank you for doing this. It was good. I enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Thanks. Uh,